It was 2:13 a.m. when the voice message arrived. Unknown number. Familiar voices. Dad, you don't know the whole truth. Then silence, static, a faint sound of crying, and something that almost sounded like regret. I replayed it 5 times before I realized my hands were shaking. Not from fear, from the sound of my son's voice breaking midway through the sentence. There's a tone a person uses when they've crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. He had that tone. I sat in the dark, suitcase still half packed from the night I left them. The faint glow of the phone illuminated the table where her ring still lay, untouched, since the morning I found out. My coffee had gone cold hours ago. I didn't drink it. I just kept looking at that message. 3 seconds of sound that turned every certainty I had into smoke. The first time I heard their conversation, I thought I was dying. The second time, I realized I was already dead. It happened 3 months ago. A normal afternoon. A quiet house. I was in the hallway, about to call them down for dinner, when I heard their voices. Low, urgent, wrong. My son said, "I bought that video from one of my classmates. It's Mom, with some guy, getting railed." There are moments when time doesn't slow, it stops. My hand froze on the doorknob. My pulse stuttered once, then went quiet. Then my daughter's voice. "Are you crazy? You want them to get divorced? Delete it. Mom's been cheating for 15 years. No one knows. Everything's fine. If Dad dumps her, forget about college. The divorce will ruin him." I didn't move. I didn't breathe. 15 years? The walls felt like they were closing in, not from fear, but from the quiet realization that my entire life had been a performance. Dinner never happened that night. Neither did sleep. I sat on the edge of the bed, watching her. She looked peaceful, unbothered, her face lit faintly by the phone she scrolled before sleep. I memorized her breathing, the rhythm of her lies. By morning, I knew what I had to do. I didn't confront her. I didn't accuse. I smiled, made coffee, kissed her cheek. She smiled back, the way a liar does when she still thinks you're blind. Over the next 2 weeks, I became someone else. Quiet, observant, calculated. I checked her texts while she showered. Found nothing obvious, just coded words, numbers, photos that looked ordinary until I noticed the timestamps. Midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. I bought a second phone, cloned her SIM, installed a mirror app, watched, waited. She still called me love, still cooked my favorite meals, still asked about work. But every word was a weapon she didn't know she was holding against herself. At night, I'd lie beside her, listening to the faint buzz of her phone on the nightstand. Each vibration was another betrayal breathing between us. One evening, I followed her. She said she was meeting her sister. She wasn't. She parked outside a hotel off the highway, room 217. I watched her disappear behind the door with a man whose hand rested too easily on her lower back. I didn't go inside. I didn't need to. I took a picture, then another, then one more. Each click of the camera was a nail sealing a coffin. Inside, something in me stopped fighting, and that's when I felt it. Peace. The kind that only comes when you've already lost everything. 2 days later, I called her into the study. She thought it was about bills or taxes. I had the envelope on the table, hotel receipts, screenshots, pictures, all neatly printed. I didn't say a word, just slid the envelope toward her. She opened it, looked, silence. Then, "You've been following me?" Her voice cracked, not with guilt, but fear of exposure. I watched her eyes dart across the pages, calculating, scrambling. She tried to speak again. I raised a hand. "Don't," I said quietly. The calm in my voice startled even me. Her tears came next, perfectly timed, perfectly hollow. She tried to reach for me, but I leaned back, untouched. "I did it for us," she whispered. "You were always distant. You stopped caring. I— 15 years? I interrupted. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. The words fell like stones. She tried to explain, justify, rewrite history in real time, but I wasn't listening. I was watching her face, watching the cracks appear. When she realized I wasn't angry, that there would be no screaming, no pleading, only silence, she broke. Because silence was power. That night I packed my things. No fight, no goodbye. She stood in the doorway, mascara streaked, voice trembling. "Don't do this to the kids," she said. "They'll hate you for leaving." I zipped the suitcase. "They already know," I said, and I walked out. The next morning I closed our joint accounts, transferred the rest into a private one, canceled tuition payments, sold the house, left her with the memories she'd built on lies. My children didn't call, not once. I expected that. They'd been raised in her world, a world of polite deception. A month passed. Then came the message. "Dad, you don't know the whole truth." I listened again, this time catching fragments between sobs. She was blackmailed, years ago. Video wasn't real. She paid to protect you. Static swallowed the rest. My hands went cold. I opened the file attached to the message, an old video file, corrupted, pixelated. It wasn't her. Not completely. The woman in it looked like her, moved like her, but the frame was wrong. The date, older than our marriage. And suddenly, the puzzle shifted. Not cleanly, not comfortably. 15 years. Lies. But maybe not that lie. Maybe something darker. I called, no answer. I called again, nothing. Then I noticed the timestamp. The message had been sent 5 days ago. I never heard from them again. Not her, not my son, not my daughter. Just silence. The kind that stretches years into a single breath. I moved to a new city, changed my name on every bill, every lease, every traceable thing. Sometimes I still hear the echo of that message in my head. You don't know the whole truth. Maybe I never will. Maybe that's the punishment. But there's something she never understood, something they never could. The truth doesn't set you free. It just changes what cage you choose to live in. And mine, finally, is quiet. In the end, I didn't need to know the whole truth, just enough to walk away without looking back.